Beautiful. Welcome to the space, to the Redox Connection. And I'm Liana, and I'm here today with Dr. Ray Dixon. Hi, Dr. Ray.
Hello.
So I'm here in Sydney. Dr. Ray is in Thailand, and we're kicking off today the series of the Redox Connection, where we will be diving in and exploring further the structure and the functioning of our human bodies and the cell communication, which is actually the foundation of life. Now, I'm beyond grateful to you, Dr. Ray, for accepting my invitation and joining me on this, my curiosity of understanding further what we're actually talking about here. And before we dive in, to introduce Dr. Ray, it's 2 pages long, your credentials. It would take me forever. So I'm just going to summarize it. Dr. Ray is a chiropractor, naturopath with over 40 years of practice, based in Melbourne, now moved into Thailand, Phuket. And his new passion in the last years has been Redox and becoming an expert in Redox education. So that's why I was so grateful when I reached out and said, Dr. Ray, will you come on? Will you help us? Will you help us understand in a simple way, what are we talking about? I'm very grateful to you, Dr. Ray. The first thing is this buzzword. What are we talking about? This new buzzword, Redox. Redox, who had ever heard of it? Now, all of a sudden, after you introduced it to me, I'm noticing I've got this Redox everywhere. It's one disease, redox imbalance, redox matters, the connecting between health and redox. I want to ask you, Dr. Ray, what are we talking about? What is redox?
Good question. Thank you very much for inviting me. I'm more than happy to be here. As a redox educator, I actually came out of retirement to do this. And the reason is because of the profound health for everyone who becomes aware of this subject and makes use of the available supplements of redox signaling molecules. So in a nutshell, what I would say as a beginning, as much as everyone now has heard about antioxidants, that took 50 years. It took a long time for the average person to appreciate antioxidants are very important for my health. This is the new frontier. So redox imbalance, and we'll talk more about what redox molecules are. This is the new frontier that we now know, and we're talking last 20 years approximately, just over, that we now know controls the DNA and the genes. And collectively, it's called the redoxime. And the redoxime underpins the genome. And the genome, of course, is your DNA and your genes. So most people, again, they may not fully understand DNA and genes, but they know they're pretty important. The same as they know antioxidants are important, even if they don't know all about antioxidants. Well, this is the new frontier. And it underpins all of the above. It underpins natural production of antioxidants inside the human body, the master antioxidants like glutathione. It underpins every cell in the human body. So you're made of up to 100 trillion cells. Those cells, whether they be liver, brain, kidney, it doesn't matter. They run on redox. Redox signaling molecules are responsible for their existence.
Wow.
And responsible for any diseases that come from sick cells.
Beautiful. Okay, I'm curious because I heard about it for the first time from you a couple of years ago in Phuket when we came to visit you. But when did you hear about it?
Well, that's a good question. I've been actually sharing the products involved with this technology for 4 years this month. It's probably 4 years a week if I looked it up.
Okay.
And that's because Lorraine Bavar, who was a 5-time heavyweight karate champion of the world, personal trainer to Russell Crowe, and a good friend and patient also of mine for many years had first mentioned it to me 2 to 3 years before that. So we're talking 6, 7 years ago, I was first told, or it was mentioned to me. I paid no attention. I'd never heard of redox signaling molecules, so I didn't think it could be anything of great significance, as I hadn't paid attention enough to have heard about it at that point. And then fast forward a couple of years, which is literally 4 years ago this month, she came on a holiday with her 2 daughters right here in Phuket. I had the time, so I did the deep dive. I went into the science. I went looking at the result stories and was astounded, went more and more into the science, and the rest is history.
Wow. What I found very fascinating is that it's not another doctor that brought it to your attention. It wasn't, you didn't learn it on a textbook.
Well, in fact, I was on a call just last Saturday morning, Friday night in the US with 2 other doctors. And in fact, one of those doctors said, and I agree with what he said, and he actually said that the majority of people in the world will find out about this not through their doctor, but through their neighbour or brother or sister, because it's moving around the world through word of mouth for very specific reasons. And that word of mouth doesn't have to be the medical doctor's mouth. It can be your neighbour's mouth.
Wow, interesting, very interesting. My next question that comes to my mind is, why should we even care about it? Why should we even know about these redox molecules?
Well, that's easy. If you care about your health in any way, if you care about your cognitive ability, if you care about your memory, if you care about your appearance, and if you care about your age, there's your answer.
Brilliant. So it does touch us all, correct?
Every cell runs on redox signaling molecules, and you're a bunch of cells. But everything named is cells.
I just love that answer. Thank you, because I can't wait to discover more. I've been on this journey for a couple of years, thanks to you and a lot of teachings, and I just thought that it was important to get it out there and to share. So I just want to say thank you for the time being, Dr. Ray, just for giving us this little introduction to what this world of redox is, and we will be diving in over the next days and weeks into more topics and going in a bit more specifically. We're also going to invite you who's going to tune in and listen to ask questions or ask a topic that maybe as we go along, when we run out of the ones that we've thought of, may interest you. And we just invite you to tune in, come along, and come onto this journey with us. Thanks, Dr. Ray. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.